La Bestia. This is the name of the freight train that runs throughout Mexico, from the south to the north. Migrants from Central America jump on board the train to travel to the border with the USA. The journey is extreme. Dangers lurk everywhere. Police, migration authorities, criminal gangs.
I fell. I hurt my head, and here on my arm.
The train can kill you or injure you. That happened to a friend of mine just the other day.
Wednesday lunchtime, shortly after 12 p.m. The sun is blazing and it's hot. Antonio from Honduras has just arrived in Coatzacoalcos in the south of Mexico. He has been on the run for 5 weeks. He urgently needs information. He wants to know if he has a chance of entering the USA legally.
How old are you, 26?
25.
Where are you from?
From Honduras. We live in a street where 2 criminal gangs clash. Mara MS-13 lives upstairs and Mara 18 lives downstairs. They are 2 gangs that kill each other. They fight for their territory. The gangs rule Honduras. Where I live, these gangs recruit young people to commit crimes. Those who refuse are killed. So you have no choice. You can only say yes or yes, otherwise they kill you.
Look, if someone experiences a situation like yours, they can apply for asylum. This is international law that allows people whose lives are in danger in their own country to receive international protection.
Will Antonio be granted asylum in the USA? He still has to travel more than 2,500 kilometers to do so, with La Bestia, the beast. Right up to the border with the USA. The journey is extremely dangerous, especially now that the Mexican military has a lot of control. And yet there are more people on the run than there have been for decades. There are 3 main routes, ranging in length from 2,500 to more than 3,000 kilometers. We take the middle route, which will take us to the border in Ciudad Juarez. But we start in the south in Coatzacoalcos. The train comes once or twice a day, but nobody knows exactly when. Edel and his family from Honduras have also just arrived. They have been on the road for 11 days, mainly walking.
All of us here, we have no money. We can't afford to escape on a bus. If I had, say, 5,000 pesos in my pocket, I wouldn't be here. But the money we have, 100 pesos, is just enough for food. And that's why we have no alternative but to take the train.
Traveling by train is the cheapest but most dangerous way to cross Mexico. Edel's wife Jennifer knows the dangers, but she's here anyway.
We're here because of the poverty. There is no work. You don't know what to do when the children wake up in the morning and say, "Mum, I'm hungry." All you feel is despair. If there was work in Honduras, we wouldn't have to flee. Nobody wants to leave their own country voluntarily.
Their destination is the USA, but they still have a long way to go. Tonight, they want to get on the train. They only have the bare essentials in a rucksack.
Let's see. I have this nylon blanket with me, socks and sandals. We have these nylon blankets with us to protect us from the cold, windy weather and the rain. Because when the train is moving fast, it gets really cold.
To survive the journey unscathed, they all pray together once again. God plays an important role for many of them. They hope that He will protect them, because very few of them are well equipped. Antonio walked 18 days through Guatemala and Mexico in these rubber shoes to get here.
When I walk over stones or bump into something, my feet hurt. The sole of my foot is very swollen. It's swollen down now. But this morning my foot was as thick as a ball.
Nevertheless, he wants to continue with La Bestia.
I can't go back. Then they'll kill me. The gangs rule there. They control the police, the politicians, and the judges. They are the judiciary. Anyone who reports a murder, for example, is handed over to the gangs by the police. That's the reason why people no longer trust the justice system.
They are all waiting for the next train to arrive. Today, it lasts until dawn. Now everything has to happen very quickly. Antonio has made the ascent. We will meet him again. Adil and his family take the next train, which was too fast for them. We will hear from them too. The next stop on the journey is Tierra Blanca, 100 kilometers to the north. For those who make it here, a hot meal awaits in Mother Dolores's hostel. She has been here since 6:30 to make breakfast for those who have arrived by train tonight.
We always try to offer 2 main meals a day. The people who came by train last night surely haven't eaten for 12 hours. That's how long the journey from Coatzacoalcos takes. Between 10 and 12 hours. We try to have the food ready when they arrive.
During the night, 50 people arrived with La Bestia. They are now all given a hot meal and important information about the route, because most of them won't be staying long.
There are no fixed timetables. The train does what it wants. But I have heard that the train has only been running at night for more than 3 months. Be very careful, as there are currently a lot of checks by the authorities. Regarding hostels, from here, there will be no other open accommodation until Apizaco. On the way, you will pass the Patronas. There are helping women there who throw food onto the train.
We will get to know the Patronas in the course of the trip. Here in Tierra Blanca, we meet Antonio again.
The journey was a tough battle, like an Olympics. The migration authorities caught us on the way. They arrested a lot of people, but we made it. We are here.
They ran away from the authorities to avoid being caught and deported. It went well today. Now Antonio can eat, get some strength. There's rice and beans.
It's good to eat something warm.
We won't meet Antonio again. We are losing contact with him. A few meters further on, we meet Junior, 35, and also from Honduras. He says he has fled with La Bestia more than 20 times, but the authorities have always caught him and deported him back to Honduras. He also talks about tonight.
When the train stopped, I looked around and saw an officer. Suddenly, there was another one behind me who grabbed me by the backpack. I lunged at him and hit him on the shoulder, then he fell to the ground. I saw him fall and kept running. A policeman ran after us with a gun in his hand and shouted, "Stop! Stop the car!" I ignored him and thought, as long as I don't hear a shot, I'll just keep running. Another one stayed behind and was beaten up by the policeman.
The night is in everyone's bones.
Yesterday was really like watching an action movie.
Junior says he has often been robbed and beaten up, but that is not the worst thing he has experienced.
I met a girl, 17 years old, and she told us that she had been raped by 40 men. Unfortunately, she was traveling alone. When the train came, we all ran together to get on. I don't know if she tripped or bumped into something. I only saw her jumping to hold onto the ladder of the carriage, but she didn't make it. The train crushed her. It was terrible.
The girl is still alive, seriously injured. We stay in contact with Junior and his group. He wants to send us pictures from the roof of the train. The route continues to Amatlán de los Reyes, a village along the tracks. Here, the Patronas pack bags of non-perishable food. They risk their lives to help the people on the train.
Here we have bread, a tin of tuna, and sardines.
Norma has been packing these bags for 26 years. Politics does not help her. Everything she distributes is donated.
This is what a finished parcel looks like. This handle here is very important, so that the migrants can grab the bags during the journey.
But even the Patronas don't know exactly when the train will arrive.
We have to wait for the sound of the train. That is the signal. Sometimes it's very difficult, because the neighbours turn on loud music in the morning. We always have to be very attentive, or go to the roof to hear it.
There is still no sign of the train. Alejandro and his cousin Dennis from Honduras are making the most of the time. They arrived at the Patronas yesterday after 6 days of walking.
Yes, it's very cold. There's a hurricane over Mexico right now, so it's raining a lot, and it's colder than normal.
Everyone here is afraid of the cold. There is no shelter on the train. At least they have a bed and a warm blanket tonight, and the thought of their family at home. Alejandro shows us a picture of his girlfriend. Her name is Elisa.
So she's the person who...
Are you starting to cry now? It makes him sad. The situation of our families in Honduras is sad. And thinking about them is even more painful because we're gone. But we have a goal here. We want a better future. Imagine what we have to endure here every day, the cold. It's very hard. but we have to keep on fighting. Look, at the beginning I was here with my mother and my little brother, but they were arrested by the migration police. Out of 5, there are only 2 of us left on the road, him and me. It's really hard. Every day, getting up and walking. Oh God, it's terrible.
The 2 make it as far as Mexico City, where they are picked up and then deported to Honduras. There she is again.
For me, it's always like the first time. I'm nervous and pray to God that the migrants can grab the food and that the train driver slows down.
One wrong move and the train can sweep her away. Nevertheless, she takes the risk every day.
The train driver didn't slow down. He saw us, but he didn't care. I hope he's thinking of his family, because you never know what awaits our children. They could also end up in a situation like this.
This ignorance annoys Norma, because they don't have much either, but they help anyway, 7 days a week, from morning to night.
I always tell my helpers that we must not give up. We have to keep going, regardless of whether we are tired or don't feel like it. For me, and I believe for the others too, this is a service to God.
God is the most important motive for many. We meet Pastor Julian Veronica Fernandez in Cordoba. In his church, he hears the bad stories that people experience every day. Of course God helps, but others are responsible, he says.
People don't flee because they want to, but out of necessity, because of the violence and poverty, the experiences of war, or because they are simply displaced. Many of our countries are poor because they have been plundered by the rich countries of this world. They have taken away our natural resources, such as oil, water, uranium, mercury, silver, gold. They have plundered us. That's why I see it as the duty of the rich countries to give us back what they have taken from us.
Idil and his family have now also managed to get on the train. He sends us a video. The children are freezing, he writes to us. But a short time later, they are caught by the migration authorities and also deported to Honduras. The migrants themselves have christened the train La Bestia because it has maimed thousands of people. The authorities keep the number of deaths secret. It is estimated that up to 10,000 people die along the journey every year. Our route takes us further north to Apizaco. The hostel is hopelessly overcrowded. Most people are waiting outside. Here too, we meet many Hondurans. Some have been injured by the moving train.
The first time I tried to get on the train, I had an accident. It was here in Medias Aguas. The train was going quite fast, and I fell on my head. I also injured my arm.
That was 4 days ago.
My body was hot. I had to take an aspirin every 8 hours. But my arm was still very swollen. Today, it's back to normal, but it still hurts a lot.
He doesn't know whether his arm is broken. He can't afford a doctor. He wants to travel on tonight, but it will be difficult. Up on the platform we meet Angela. She is 16, actually still a child. She's been traveling alone for 3 months.
I was kidnapped for 5 days, but managed to free myself. I was naked in a room, and when I escaped, I had to walk naked across the tracks. I was raped. Twice. The second customer, as they call these people here, bought me, but he didn't want to have sex. He let me go. In Honduras, I was enslaved and forced into prostitution from the age of 11. As a result of the rape, I became pregnant with twins. I don't know who the father is. I had to leave my children behind in Honduras. I would like to have them with me, but only after I have entered the USA and settled my immigration status there. They are suffering in Honduras, just like I suffered.
Because of such experiences, people flee and want to build a new life, where the law protects them. But there is still a long way to go. And then she comes again, La Bestia. She stops. A good opportunity to move up.
No, not now. A bit further away. There are train guards here who won't let us on the train. I don't know why. I think they hate us. Because there's nothing wrong with taking the train without a ticket, is there? But if we try, they'll beat us.
So they have to find a place where there are no guards.
So I have to keep running forward and wait for the train to pass. Then I have to run.
It can kill us. It's very important to run quickly to the side of the train and hold on tight so you don't fall off.
It can kill you or hurt you. That happened to a friend of mine the other day. He fell off while trying and hurt his hand.
To avoid being caught by the train guards, they wait for nightfall. Jose Pedro comes out of the darkness. He tries, but it doesn't work. We meet him again the next morning. He spent the night out here by the plastic fire.
The train was going too fast. I didn't want to take the risk. I hurt myself the first time. That's why I didn't want it to happen again.
Jose Pedro will ascend in the evening, but he too is caught by the police a short time later and deported. As midday approaches, a new train arrives. It is also fast. Nevertheless, a few people have made the ascent. Junior and his group have also moved on in the meantime. He has actually sent us pictures of the train. He will survive the journey to the north. He wants to work and earn money there first. We travel onto the border with the USA to Ciudad Juarez. Those who have survived the escape through Mexico make it here after more than 2,000 kilometers. This is where the train journey with La Bestia ends. And yet the most difficult obstacle now awaits the migrants. This 3,000-kilometer border fence that separates Mexico from the USA. If you can't get across with a visa, you have to do it illegally with the mafia. But that is expensive, as Ina Marielli from Honduras tells us. She is staying in this improvised migrant hostel.
I crossed with the help of a smuggler. I paid him $7,000 for me and my son. You have to endure a lot of things and go hungry. As an adult, you can somehow hold out. But the children, it's very sad to see children suffer.
She was picked up by the police in California and sent back. The money is gone. So she has to wait. So close to her destination and yet so far away. The border is closed, no matter who had to experience what.
The road was very difficult. There were many policemen on the way. They tried to kill my father at a gas station. They shot him 3 times. They wanted to kidnap my brother and me. And they also wanted to kill my mom.
Her son, 25, has also experienced something similar. He fled Honduras with his 3-year-old son and has been living in this gym for 8 weeks.
I want to give my child a better future. It's been so hard. We have suffered a lot on the way. I just want to be able to give my child a better future. And my other son, who hasn't been born yet.
He's come so far, and yet the despair grows by the day.
I always tell my mother that I'm very close to the USA. We are just waiting for this chance to come to the US. But we don't hear anything. We have to wait here. No one tells us what to do next.
Cherson has high hopes for the new US administration. Since Biden took office, more people have been coming than at any time in the last 20 years. They all hope that he will let them into the country.
I want to cross the border legally. I want to cross the border together and safely with my son. I don't want to have to hide from the police or the authorities. I don't want to live in fear of deportation. I just don't want that. I want to apply for asylum.
But most of the applications are rejected. Cherson is still waiting in the sports hall in Ciudad Juarez, waiting for this border to open.